So the motorcycle's parked and I'm going up the hill. I could be taking this one, but I'm not gonna do it because I'll do a 2-day trek instead of just a couple of hours. So I have to walk up all the way from the valley. For comparison, it's kind of like from here to up there. It's very high. I've been walking for 2 hours now and I'm at 1,100 meters. I have to get up to 2,200 plus. And if you look down into the valley, that's where I came from. On the other side, on the slope, you can see Liechtenstein, which is a country that's even smaller than Singapore. It looks like now the track is getting a little bit more rough. I haven't met a single person hiking. You might think that's because everyone's taking the rope train up, but even the rope train is stopping most of the time because just no one is riding it. So it's literally empty right now. So I'm pretty sure that my glutes are gonna blow up any second now. It's so exhausting. And it is still going up. Gotta go up there all the way. It feels so good to be like all on your own without meeting anyone for hours and hours and hours. And because you don't feel lonely, it's kind of different from when you're in a city and there are tons of people and you don't talk to anyone, you don't meet anyone, then you feel lonely. But if you're just out here, there's no one anyway, then you just don't feel lonely because you're so immersed in the environment. And if you've ever wondered why they bring the cows so steep up the mountains, they've been doing that for centuries because in the valleys they never had enough grass to feed all of the livestock all year round. In autumn they harvested all of the grass from the valleys so that they could feed it to the cows in the winter. In summer they had to put the cows somewhere else, and that's why they had to run them up the mountains where the grass was still lush. And it looks like I've made it up the first mountain top of my journey. And at each of those crosses on the peaks you will find one of those boxes, which usually contains a booklet where you can put down notes when you get here. Obviously this one has been here for a long time. And I gotta go over there, and the weather looks quite spooky. I hope it's gonna stay stable at least until the night. Now coming from the peak, I have to cross yet another mountain range around here and then around the back because I cannot just go on top. And I believe that this trail here is leading across the ridge, but I'm not entirely sure how to get there. If I don't get across that ridge, then I might have to come back here and stay here for the night and then go all the way back that I came. Let's see. Trails are already partially blocked by snow and ice, and the wind is getting pretty gusty, freezing up here. But according to my GPS, I'm almost across the ridge. This trail on the top, where usually you take the rope train and several stations up. It's called the 5 Lakes hike. It's supposed to be pretty beautiful. So I realized that the trail is actually going up all the way to the ridge and then going along the ridge to the peak, going down again. And I'm really tired. I can see the first lake pretty well, but I'm not gonna go swimming in there because, as you can see, there is snow sliding into it and floating in it, which means it's literally freezing. Remember, it's end of June, it's almost peak summer, so we have a massive wall of snow. solid. I'm on top. I'm on the top. That ridge from earlier on, I was really scared that I wouldn't manage to get across because it was damn steep on the other side. I'm almost at the highest point of this journey, which is 2,400 meters. I should have a view onto the second lake. I'll take a slight descent and then I'll pitch my tent there, because it's enough for today. And I'm really looking forward to dinner. So I'm on top of the next peak. Right here, 2,400, and I realized it's not the highest part of the journey. I thought I would be able to swim in one of those lakes, but this is the next one with snow inside. I'm not gonna do it. Trail actually leads up here, but I will stay here for the night. Actually, maybe I'll actually stay right here. This is a very beautiful sunset. And it's the next morning. I already had some coffee. Woke up at 5 a.m. and I'm having my breakfast at a still very nice view. Just can't stop taking pictures of this. And this is gonna be the second time walking on snow. See, the little creek gets flowing underneath the snow and ice. You can already see how it sank, and so now I have to cross it. I'm kind of scared. Okay, made it. And it's getting pretty wild now. Yeah, it's across snow again, and it's leading down the ledge. Over there was last night's camping spot. And if you follow the valley of the Rhine River, you could still see the lake. I think of Constance. That's where I come from. Kind of crazy that down there in the valley it's getting close to 25 degrees now, whereas here 2,000 meters up it's more like 5 degrees, and this is the highest peak in this area, and on the bottom of it you can actually see a small glacier, and you can already see the next lake as well. So I just passed by one of the smaller lakes, and if I'm not mistaken, then around this edge should be a big one. Yeah. So I'm not sure if you can see it, but there is a little bit of shore here, and then it just drops down vertically, and then there's only that super deep dark blue. Pretty scary. And the trail is going up here, including that snowy piece. This is very steep. Man. So I came from this lake down there, and according to the map there is an even bigger one behind here. Whoa. This is massive. And it's so reddish. By the way, that color, it comes from rock that's grinded and washed out by the water. That's not pollution. Same as the color of the water, that's also from minerals. And if I've counted correctly, this is the second last but by far the biggest lake on this trail. And it seems like I'm already coming to the end of the journey, because I will only be hiking to that cabin over there and then I'll take the rope train down. And I've just seen a marmot, but it disappeared obviously. So I'm on the east side of the mountain range again, looking into the valley where I came up. And I'm almost at the lift station, but it's not moving. So I'm kind of scared that there is no one. It should be operating, but right now it's not. I don't want to walk down all the way again. It's moving, but it's not going, and it's not going to take me down, so I have to go all the way down. Well, this kind of explains why during those 2 days I've seen 5 people in total, but that also means that I have to walk down another almost 2,000 meters. My joints are gonna feel like a car backed up on them 5 times. So I'm almost down in the valley again. 1,300 meters later. A little bit to go. Super tiring. Anyway, fast forward a couple of hours and I got home. I just didn't record it anymore because I ran out of storage, then I ran out of battery, and then just when I got to the parking lot it started raining, so I just got the heck out of there. Like the whole point of that video thing, it was not that I want to be one of those people that show like, oh, I have the perfect life and everyone else just be jealous of it. I think that a lot of that stuff that we put on Instagram is causing those feelings, but that's why I also try to put in those like negative elements when it's not perfect, because usually you never see that, right? You only see the good stuff, and then that's why you can hear me grunting that much, because it is exhausting. It was exhausting, it was tiring, it was painful, but just in return for that you get all of those amazing things like those views and the feeling of being all on your own. Yeah, so I will put this together into something and then see where I will put it up. Have a good night. Just a little fun fact: this compartment there, it's used to collect all of the cow's fecal matter, and that's being used as a fertilizer. But also, sometimes, every now and then, someone drops into there and dies, or gets murdered by being pushed in there. And if I don't get the fuck me, if I don't, I'm on the top. Fuck me. There. It's safe to say that very few people have heard me grunting that much. And I guess now it's time for a Snickers. Oh, sorry. Does anyone want some of that ASMR goodness? Wait.